Testing, testing. Live broadcasting. Let's see how it works. Okay. Let's hope it works. So, welcome. Welcome to this meditation, to the series of meditations. We're going to do 5 evening meditations, and they are a way to celebrate the spring equinox that we've just had on the weekend, to connect with the elements, to connect with nature through our imagination. Ideally, of course, we would be doing this outside, sitting together in a circle in the woods. But we have the blessing of the modern technology, so we can also do it in this way and allow our bodies to remember how nature feels and experience it in our mind's eye. So we're going to begin today with the meditation, taking us all the way back to the prehistoric life, to the prehistoric nature. And I would like you to make yourself comfortable, to find a cozy place for you where you will feel relaxed, where you won't be disturbed for about 20-25 minutes. Maybe have a blanket so that you're warm. You can switch your lights off if you want. And the reason for doing this meditation in the evening rather than in the morning is so that you can, if you are in the time zone where it is evening, this could take you straight on into your dream time, so that your connection with the ancestors, with the elements, is also assisted by your dreaming. So for me, this will be exactly that. Unless I get really hyper on adrenaline from doing this live right now, I am aiming to go straight into bed after this, so that I take this meditation with me and so that it continues to work in me as I sleep. If in the meditation you feel that you're not too visual, that you don't see things, it's completely fine. Relax into experiencing it. Maybe just listen to my voice. Maybe think about it rather than try to see it. And also for some of you, it might be a good idea to walk it, to use the whole of your body, especially if you're really used to representing in constellations. Maybe at some point standing up and walking through the field of ancestors and using the whole of your body to experience the elements. So it's up to you. Experiment and don't overanalyze it too much. It could also be that you could use this just for 20 minutes of relaxing. So let's do it. Let's do the meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes gently. Or if you don't want to close your eyes, just take them down and look at the floor and keep your gaze really soft. Have your feet on the floor. And take 3 deep breaths in and out, all the way down to your stomach and all the way out, offering your body this gift of oxygen. And as you're beginning to breathe really deeply, bring your attention to your own body, in your own room, in your own chair. With every breath arriving more and more to this place today. Everything that was happening until now is now in the past. So give yourself permission to just be fully here, fully available to yourself, to your own process, to your own body. And as you continue to breathe, feel the support of the chair, feel the support of the floor. And do a little scan of your body from top to bottom, just noticing what is. Notice what is present in the body right now. Check in with various parts. Breathe in into any tension that you might notice. Just giving your body permission to be exactly what it is right now, to feel exactly what it feels right now. Take your attention all the way down to your feet. Feeling this place between your feet and the ground, that connection point with the earth. And then imagine taking your attention even further down into the ground. All the way down to the middle of the earth, to that hot, boiling rock in the middle. And to honor this connection with everything below. As you breathe out, imagine breathing out love to the earth, to all the beings of the earth, to all the elements of the earth, to all the ancestors buried in this earth. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in the grounding energy of the planet. Breathe it in through your feet and into your body, allowing it to flow all the way up, grounding you in the here and now. And imagine this energy flowing all the way up to the top of your head. And then even further up, all the way into the sky. All the way to the above, to the sun and the moon and the stars. And to honor this connection to something way bigger than any of us, to this great mystery that is holding our planet. As you breathe out, imagine breathing out love to everything that is above, to all the beings of the sky, to all the planets and the stars. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in the energy of the sky, of the great mystery. Breathe it in into your body and imagine it flowing down through your body and all the way down to your feet and into the earth. So that in you the below and the above meet and become one. And as you observe this dance of energy in your body, bring your attention slowly to your heart. Feel your heartbeat. See if you can feel how wide is the energy field of your heart. All around you. And into this field of your heart energy, imagine inviting your parents to stand behind you. Your father behind your right shoulder and your mother behind your left shoulder. And just notice how it feels for your body to have your parents behind you. And just for today, choose a distance between you and them that is comfortable. Maybe you want them a little bit closer to you, or maybe a little bit further away, just so that it feels right. And notice the difference. And invite your grandparents to stand behind your parents. Grandfathers behind right shoulders, grandmothers behind left shoulders. Notice what it feels like in your body when your grandparents are there. And now invite your great-grandparents, all 8 of them, to stand behind their children. And if you've never met them, if you don't know their faces, that's okay. The fact that you have your life now means that they had theirs. They had their places there behind their children. Notice how it feels to have 3 generations now behind you. And invite your great-great-grandparents, all 16 of them, to stand behind their children. What changes in you when the 4th generation joins this field of ancestors? And now open this invitation to all other generations of your lineage and beyond to join this space behind you, this ancestral field of yours. And just notice how one by one every generation appears there in that vast field of life. Hundreds and thousands of people stand behind you now. And with the next breath, this ancestral field stretches all the way back to the horizon, all the way back to the beginning of your lineage, and then even beyond to the very beginning of humankind. The ancestors of ancestors are joining this field. The ancient ones and their ancestors. And just notice, how is your body doing with all this ancestral field behind you? And with the next breath, imagine turning around to face this lineage behind you. Some of the faces you know really well. But the majority of faces are completely new, unknown, most of them lost in history. And as you look at this vast ancestral field, see what happens for you if you imagine saying, "Thank you for my life." And just for this time, imagine that you can freely move through this ancestral field very quickly. You just float through it, going back in time, all the way back to the beginning, all the way back to the beginning of your lineage, and even beyond that. And with the next breath, imagine standing in a landscape that doesn't know human beings. The landscape where the elements roam free, completely uninterrupted by any buildings, any activity, any pollution. Everything is completely wild and genuine, authentic in its nature. The water is pure. The air is fresh. The wind blows wherever it wants. The earth doesn't know any digging. The fire hasn't been tamed yet or domesticated. Allow your body to feel the wild nature of the elements. Touching the water, breathing the air, having your feet on the earth, watching the fire burn. And then imagine slowly the human beings joining this landscape. The first of our ancestors. Finding their place, finding their way through this wild and authentic landscape. Being completely dependent on the elements for their survival. They meet the spirit of the water. They meet the spirit of the earth. They meet the spirit of the air and the spirit of the fire in their pure form. And to survive, they watch them very, very closely. They learn from them. They integrate them into their own beings. They learn the character and the qualities of the water as it flows freely. and joyfully. They learn about the grounding presence of the earth. The support and the holding and the wisdom it provides, the generosity and the fertility. They learn the qualities of the air, the quickness, the all-seeing. And they learn the qualities of the wildfire, the energy, the power. And then imagine that for some of them, for some of these early ancestors, first ancestors, being with the water feels more natural than other elements. And they spend a lot of time with the water. They learn all the little tricks in the water's ways. They live off the water, the big water and the small water. It becomes part of their nature. And they have children who are similarly drawn to water. And it's deep in their essence. And then other ancestors are much more drawn to earth. They spend a lot of time with earth, becoming friends and getting to know the ways of the earth, the beings of the earth. All the different ways of the earth and the gifts and the lessons. And the earth becomes their essence, their nature. And it's passed on to their children and their grandchildren. And it becomes part of their DNA. And yet for others, fire becomes a true friend. In all its forms, fire becomes a great teacher to some ancestors. They learn from the fire. They become the fire. They bring the fire into their very core, merging with this power to transform this pure light energy, the life force. And they pass it on to their children and their grandchildren. And there are those early ancestors who find special relationship with the air, with the wind, who become good friends with this powerful life-giving element, running with the wind anywhere it goes, learning from all the different ways of the wind and how it is connected to all other elements, and how it impacts the human body. And air becomes their nature. their true essence, and they pass it on to their children and grandchildren. And then you imagine how those grandchildren have children. And the humankind begins. And you can see these four elements weaving their path down through all the different generations. And you imagine traveling with those elements as they've been integrated as part of human nature through the different generations. And you can see them becoming to connect and mix. And you can trace them flowing all the way down to your grandparents, who hold all four of them in some way or form. Some a bit more, some a bit less. And then passing them down to their children, your parents. And maybe you see the water element being fully present in one of your parents, or maybe the fire element can be seen in another parent. And then your parents come together and they pass on these elements to you. So as you imagine coming back to your own place in your lineage, in this ancient line of life and elements, imagine breathing in all the four elements that are within you, that have been passed down through thousands and thousands of lives, all the way from the original early ancestors who learned directly from the elements in their pure form. Just the same elements are within you now. And as you still look back at your ancestral field, just imagine how these four elements connect you in the present to all the way in the past. See the four strands of the elements flowing all the way from the past and into your present. Taking a deep breath, imagine turning back to face your own life with all the ancestors being behind you, connected to you through the elements of the fire, water, air, and earth. And as you take another deep breath, imagine allowing the flow of the elements to continue from you all the way to the future, to the next generations. See the four elements weaving together in every next person in their own unique way. All the way to the end of time. Just experience yourself being there as a receiver of this beautiful ancient connection to nature through your ancestors, to the qualities of the elements. And as the ancestor who is also giving these qualities, allowing them to flow all the way to the future. And imagining a descendant sometime in the future looking back at you, seeing you as an ancient one, and saying thank you for my life. And then slowly you bring your attention back to yourself, releasing the images of the future and of the past, and bringing your attention to your heart and to the 4 elements within you. Feel the fire in your belly. Feel the water in your blood. Feel the earth in your feet and in your bones. And feel the air in your thoughts, in your feelings, in your lungs. And gently take a deep, deep breath. Bringing yourself fully back into the present moment. Feeling your feet on the ground. Feeling the support of your chair. Feeling the air that surrounds you. And being fully aware of your breath. Maybe moving your fingers and toes a little bit to fully come back into the present moment and opening your eyes when you're ready. Thank you for doing this journey with me. Take care to fully come back. Maybe drink some water. Maybe go outside and have your feet on the earth. And take this meditation with you into your dreams. The connection with the elements. The connection with the ancestors of the elements. And tomorrow we will meet again and we will do a meditation to connect with the ancestors of the water. So those in your lineage whose nature was more of water, who had lots of water qualities and who shared them with you as they passed the life on. So I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow. Thank you.